Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. Going into this season, everybody was hyping up the Lakers, which they normally do, which normally seems to be the case. Why? Because we all know, I've said this before and I'll say it again, they're certainly the most popular franchise in the NBA. Of course, you have them in the Boston Celtics as the most storied franchises in the NBA. But in the last 20 years, the Lakers have won probably, six championships in the last 20 years. That's a pretty good winning percentage if you factor in all the other teams that have been out there winning. So the Lakers, they tend to get a lot of attention. But for this particular, in this particular case, I think that the media was making a major mistake, because I noticed they were trying to hype every offseason move. And I think in them doing that, they weren't really understanding what they were doing, because I originally thought when they got Russell Westbrook, I thought it would not work. If you guys go back and look at some of our videos that we produce on this channel, you will clearly hear me saying that I think he will not work with the Lakers. Why? Because Russell Westbrook doesn't have, to use Skip Bayless's term, winner's intangibles. He is a magician at putting up empty calories, numbers that don't lead to wins. You can sit here, you can quote all of his numbers. Russell Westbrook has some of the most impressive individual numbers, yet none of those numbers translate into winning. For example, if you look at Russell Westbrook's regular season averages, they're more impressive than Kawhi Leonard. But nobody in their right mind would even think that Russell Westbrook and Kawhi Leonard are living in the same universe. No, because Kawhi Leonard's numbers lead to championships. That's not the case that you have with Russell Westbrook. He's a turnover machine. You've even seen us do videos, with Shannon Sharpe, right? Who was a big supporter of the Lakers. Why? Because Lebron James plays with the Lakers. And there have been videos where Shannon Sharpe looks like as if he's seen enough, he's had enough. He's going off on Russell Westbrook. It's gotten so bad that now they're doing highlight reels, low light reels of him on every day on Undisputed. I want you guys to think about this for a second. As we currently speak, the Lakers are below 500. They have an 8-9 winning record. I want you guys to sit back and think about what I just said to you. The Lakers, who were picked to be the favorites to come out of the Western Conference, the second best odds to win the NBA championship, currently are below 500, with two top 75 players who I think had no business making it on that list. Anthony Davis should not have made the top 75 list for the top 75 players of all time. That was just nothing but a recency bias. There's absolutely no way he makes that list. We put up a poll on the channel a day or two ago when we asked the question, Laker fans will know this, should Anthony Davis or Pau Gasol make it on that list? And the overwhelming majority knew that Pau Gasol should have made it on that, because Pau Gasol actually led to championships, and he was putting up some significant numbers in games where Kobe Bryant wasn't there. Pau Gasol was doing his thing. You cannot say the same thing about Anthony Davis. Yes, he's more talented than him. Yes, he's a better player than Pau Gasol, but Pau Gasol delivered the city of Los Angeles to NBA championships. Anthony Davis, to me, looks like a Robin that is totally lost without his Batman. I've said it before and I'll say it again. AD is nothing but a follower. He is not a leader. You see him in press conferences. He's sitting next to LeBron. Anthony Davis walks around as if like he's on LeBron James's level. LeBron has that's the sense I get from him. He walks around feeling like as if, yeah, man, I'm here with Bron, when in reality you're not. Right? So Anthony Davis is one of the other issues that the Lakers are currently having right now. People were talking about how LeBron James is going to come back and he's going to solve their problems. They were hyping up his return against the Boston Celtics. What happened? I watched that game. I watched a good amount of that game. LeBron came out. He looked sensational. I think his first basket was when he cut to he got a pass from THG when he cut to the basket, to get a tomahawk dunk at the rim. He looked very, very good. He looked very, very sharp. But as you were watching the game, he was playing very well. He was playing very well. He hit a turnaround jump shot. I was like, wow, okay, I didn't know he had that in his arsenal. He was playing very well. But nevertheless, the team was somehow still struggling. And they ended up losing that game. At the end of the game, he said they need to play with a more sense of urgency. They need to, play with a little more fire and all of this different stuff. Listen, I don't think LeBron James can solve this problem. I don't think he is good enough to, I don't think he can overcome some of the team issues that this team have. Let me give you guys some of the team stats currently this team. The Lakers right now are currently the number 12 three-point shooting team in the NBA. It's not bad, but it's not great. They're number 12. They're the number 23rd team in free throw shooting percentage. That is not good, especially when you get to the playoffs, right? But some people say, well, last season they had Dwight Howard. 2 seasons ago they had Dwight Howard. They were overcome. Fine. Do y'all know that the Lakers, as we currently speak, are number 2 in turnovers in the NBA, getting 16.8 turnovers per game. 16.8 turnovers per game. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not good. You cannot win when you're turning over the ball that many times. Russell Westbrook by himself is accounting for almost a third of those turnovers. This guy is getting you 5 turnovers a game. Last season, he averaged 4.8. And the scariest part about that is they're saying that his usage rate has actually diminished a little bit. And nevertheless, he's still turning the ball over a little bit more. You watch some of the games with him and you're sitting, you're asking yourself, what is this guy doing? So you factor in the fact that they're leading the league in turnovers, and they're also the 20th ranked defensive team in the NBA, and that is a recipe for disaster. This team is not very good as constructed, and I don't see how people are expecting LeBron James to remedy all of these issues. How exactly is one person supposed to be able to, overcome such ineptitude? Y'all remember the Laker team that Kobe Bryant had, the last rah-rah team, who was 34 years old. They got Dwight Howard. They had Steve Nash. There was Kobe Bryant, Dwight Howard, Steve Nash. I think it was them, maybe someone else I'm forgetting. And Pau Gasol, and they just couldn't win, right? It was one of the most frustrating seasons for Kobe Bryant because that team, they couldn't play defense. And he ended up running his body into the ground. I think with 2 or 3 or 4 games left in the regular season, he tore his Achilles tendon trying to get that team into the playoffs. Is this what's going to have to happen to LeBron? Is he going to have to go all out this season just to get the Lakers to the playoffs when you have 2 other top 75 players on that team? This is the reason why I said Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook do not deserve to be in the top 75. You cannot be among the top 75 greatest players of all time, and your team is floundering right now. It just cannot be the case. I don't understand what type of analysis people are making on TV. You see, like, you're looking at the data, and Kobe used to have this famous quote he used to say, he says, "You are what your record says you are." They are what their record says they are. You can't say, well, there are other teams that players that are injured. There's so many other teams that are injured, that have injured players. For hell, for God's sakes, the Clippers don't have Kawhi Leonard, their best player, and they're above 500. So what's the excuse? I just think that it's unfair to this guy at the age of 37 to be asking this guy to do such heavy lifting. It's a mess. It is a mess. It is a mess, and I think something needs to change. Something must happen because I don't think LeBron can overcome this much ineptitude. It's too much. It's too much, in my personal opinion. So what I want to know from you guys is, what do you think LeBron's mental state of mind is right now as it pertains to the Lakers? And what are your thoughts about this team moving forward? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Once again, it's just Charles here from Dreamerspro, wishing you guys an amazing day and catch you guys on the next episode.